Today, we're going to talk about living in the southeast quadrant of Cape Coral, Florida, and we're going to get started right now. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry Puchacz, better known as Sunshine Sherry. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you don't miss any of the new videos that I make about the Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Southwest Florida area. So the Southeast Cape was the first part of Cape Coral to be built. The city had its beginnings on November 4th, 1957 on a tract of land known as Redfish Point. The real estate developers and brothers Leonard and Jack Rosen bought the 103 square mile tract for $678,000 and began developing it as a planned community. The Gulf American Corporation, or GAC, was formed to develop this water wonderland. Early in 1958, a stretch of Miracle Mile, which was later named Cape Coral Parkway, extended east from Coronado for 1 mile, and a main intersection was soon formed where it met Harney Point Road, which is now known as Del Prado Boulevard. There was only one building located in Cape Coral, and that was a fourplex at the corner of Cape Coral Parkway and Coronado Parkway. It was the Housing Land Sales Office. You know, because of the GAC, the development of Cape Coral exploded. And in 1958, the first residents moved in, but they had to drive like 20 miles even to get a loaf of bread. The Rosen brothers made sure that Cape Coral was promoted like no other Florida development. You know, they used a mail order program with ads on radio and television and in the print media. Property sales exploded, and plane loads of curious northerners were soon flown down for a quick look and a pretty heavy sales pitch. And the planes actually landed on Del Prado Boulevard and 47th Terrace. You know, potential buyers were told to throw a bag of flour out of the plane on the lot where they wanted to live. In March of 1964, finally, the 2-lane Cape Coral Bridge was opened, which of course made it a lot more accessible to potential buyers. The city of Cape Coral was actually incorporated in 1970. So that's a pretty quick overview of how Cape Coral came to be. And you know what? It happened in less than 65 years. Now, there's a really cool video series called Untold Stories, and it's on the PBS channel WGCU. I would definitely check it out, and so you can do it a little more easily, I put a link down below in the description so you can find it on the internet. I also read a book called Lies That Came True, and it has so many cool pictures in it of the beginning of Cape Coral, of the digging of the canals. I mean, it's really an awesome book. I actually checked it out of the Cape Coral Library, so if you're interested, they have multiple copies there, or you can buy it online. So let's talk about what the Southeast Cape is like now as far as real estate and homes are concerned. For the most part, in the Southeast Cape, you're going to find homes that are built in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Makes sense, right? That's where Cape Coral started. Now, there are new homes, of course, scattered here and there, and some of the older homes have been torn down because people wanted those premium Gulf access lots, and they wanted to build their McMansions there. So you will find a mix of the older homes and the newer homes. A lot of the older homes you will find are going to be built on really flat lots, You'll also find that a lot of them have one-car garages because in the 60s and 70s, we didn't have 2 cars and we didn't really need 2-car or 3-car garages. You know, there are also a ton of condos in the Southeast Cape. As you can see by this map, I've highlighted where some of the Gulf access condos are. Now, some of these condos are right on the Caloosahatchee River. Some of these condos have boat docks. You want to make sure, though, if it's important to you to have your boat right at your condo, then you're going to want to make sure that it doesn't just have a boat dock, but it has a boat lift. And you want to make sure it's a deeded boat lift and dock, because otherwise it's a community boat dock and you're not going to be able to get your beautiful boat out of the water. Now, if you're just renting a boat, then you don't really probably need to have it up on a lift. Tying it up to the dock will be fine. And speaking of renting a boat, there are probably, about a dozen places in the area where you can rent boats. We bought our boat at the Boathouse, which is on Del Prado Boulevard, and those folks there are terrific, I have to say. They also have their own boat club there, but you know what? In the not too distant future, I'm going to be doing another video on boat clubs. Okay, let's talk about the downtown in Cape Coral. That's in the Southeast Cape. You know, there's not much you can't find in the downtown of Cape Coral. If you're looking for seafood, if you're looking for Mexican food, pizza, Cuban food, you want some breakfast, you want some lunch, you want dinner, even if you're looking for craft beer or a brewery, we have it in the downtown Cape. And that's in the Cape Coral Parkway and 47th Terrace area. I mean, there's even on Saturdays a farmer's market down there. So put on your walking shoes. And, you know, if you're going to be walking around on Friday and Saturday night, you may want to have Uber on speed dial, because bar crawls are really a thing down here. Lots of live music and tons of fun to be had in the downtown area of Cape Coral. You know, we even have this thing called the South Cape Trolley events. And that's multiple trolleys that drive around down in the Cape Coral Parkway and 47th Terrace area. They stop at different bars that are in the area. You buy a ticket, and that way you can get on and off the trolley as many times as you want to. And one year I volunteered to be a trolley hostess. And man, did I ever have a ton of fun. And the people that were actually participating in the event, well, guess what? They had lots of fun too. We also have the largest tiki bar in the world, and that is at the Dolphin Key Resort. And that's right down in the downtown area too. Now, I have to say that they have live entertainment almost every night, and that Dolphin Key Resort is crawling distance from the Tiki Bar. How do I know that? Well, my husband and I actually went to the Tiki Bar for New Year's Eve one year. We danced our hearts out. We had reservations at the Dolphin Key Resort, and we crawled back to our room. It was a blast. You know, recently I attended an event called Catch the Vision in Cape Coral. This is an annual event, and they tell you all the cool projects that are slated to happen within the next year or so. And it's very awesome. And there are a lot of projects that are going to be done in the Southeast Cape, and especially in the downtown area of Cape Coral. Let me tell you about just a few of them. Madison Square is going to be apartments for people that are 55 plus, and that's going to be in downtown Cape Coral. Pasino Vista on Coronado Parkway is going to be 30 condo units, and they are going to have their own deeded dock lifts. Going to be awesome, and that's off of Coronado. Another project is The Cove at 47th, which is going to be a mixed use complex right downtown. Now there's going to be around 290 rental units. There's going to be a 525 space parking garage. Now 125 of those spots are supposed to be designated for public parking. There are going to be commercial businesses. It's going to be really exciting, and it's really going to bring up the coolness of downtown Cape Coral. Another exciting thing is we are slated to have our very own Firestone restaurant. Now, there's one over in Fort Myers, and it is a really great place to have dinner. Yummy food and a very cool environment. There is a sky bar on the top of the one over in Fort Myers, and guess what? The one here in Cape Coral is going to be the same thing. Now moving on, there's going to be a Bimini Basin project that's going to totally revamp the Bimini Basin. It's going to be called Bimini Square. It's going to be a 5-story mixed-use building that's going to include about 225 apartments, commercial businesses, a 5,500 square foot waterfront restaurant with docks so you can pull your boat up, and it's going to overlook Bimini Basin, which is connected to our Cape Coral Canal system. There are also going to be healthcare offices in that same building. Whew. They are going to be busy down in that downtown Cape area. Cape Coral, again, is going to be the new cool place to be. You know, I can't move on without mentioning the Yacht Club in Cape Coral. Local folks have been enjoying this park, this area of Cape Coral. I mean, it was one of the original areas. We had to have a yacht club and we had to have a golf course in order to draw people from up north. It opened in 1962, and the amenities include a public beach with beautiful white sand on the Caloosahatchee River. There's picnic shelters and barbecue grills. There's a community pool at the Yacht Club. There's a marina. There are boat ramps and an awesome fishing pier. The park also encompasses the Yacht Club Ballroom. Lots of cool stuff goes on there. The Tony Rotino Center. A lot of senior activities go on there. And of course, the Boathouse Tiki Bar and Grill, which is an awesome place to go for lunch, dinner. They serve breakfast too, and they always have live music. There are tennis courts with a pro shop. There are racquetball courts, shuffleboard courts, and of course, a beautiful beach playground area. Here is a rendering of what the renovations are going to look like. They're proposed to start in 2022 for this historical area in Cape Coral. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see the finished product. We do have one golf course in the Southeast Cape area. That is the Hunter's Run Golf Course. The golf course was built in 1961 by Dick Wilson, and in 2008, the course had major renovations by the owner, Mike Hayes. It was renamed after his son, Hunter. This is a public 9-hole executive course, and it is first come, first serve, so you don't need a tee time to play there. The original Cape Coral Golf Course is located in the Southeast Cape. It was opened in 1961, but unfortunately it was abandoned in 2006 because the owner at that time said it was no longer a viable business. Now, this land has been looked at by the city of Cape Coral to become a huge park, but that hasn't happened. It's also been looked at by multiple home developers to put in upscale communities, but currently it is really just sitting there as a 175-acre vacant land parcel. Let's move on to the parks in the Southeast Cape. Now, there are about a dozen parks in the Southeast Quadrant, as you can see by this map. And to name just a few, there is the pretty well-known 4 Mile Cove Eco Park. It has a cool boardwalk, lots of wildlife. The Iwo Jima Memorial statue is there, and they have kayak tours, and some of them are even at night. There's JC Park, and it's right on the Caloosahatchee River. There's Veterans Park, and it has an awesome playground. And last but not least, Four Freedoms Park, which overlooks the Bimini Basin. It has a beach for sunbathing only. It has playgrounds, picnic areas, and a large facility that offers recreation programs. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, my husband and I took a class to learn how to do Tai Chi at one of those rec programs. Let's switch gears here and talk about boat ramps. I mean, we do have 400 miles of canals here in Cape Coral. In the Southeast Cape area, there are 5 boat ramps. 2 of them are for the freshwater canals. And on this map, as you can see, number 12 and number 15 are freshwater ramps. The other 3 ramps are number 1, which is at the Yacht Club, number 13, and number 14. Now, when you put your boat into these saltwater ramps, you're going to be traveling in the Caloosahatchee River, and that's going to take you right out to the Gulf of Mexico. You know, I know that I have given you a ton of information about the Southeast Quadrant of Cape Coral. If you have any questions about the information that I've given you here in this video, or about buying in Cape Coral, selling in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, or the Southwest Florida area, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone. Give me a call. I'd love to chat with you. If it's easier, shoot me a text or shoot me an email. We can do it that way. If you want even more information about Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Southwest Florida, maybe you should watch one of my other videos, like what it's like to have a waterfront home here in Cape Coral. Or maybe you want to know what it's like to build a home here in Cape Coral. At any rate, I am Sunshine Sherry, and you know I am always here to help, and I can't wait to work with you.